is Sheri here with Scrappin with Sheri, and I wanted to take some time today to show you a creative memory sketch and show you different interpretations of that sketch. Now, this particular sketch came from one of the Creative Memories virtual crops, and they're always fun to play with. The purpose of the sketch is not necessarily that you copy every single element on it, but it is to give you a jumping place to start your creativity. So on this particular sketch, there are two borders, one on each side. There are a couple of banners on each page. You've got room for 3 small pictures and 1 larger picture. A larger picture up and down here with a smaller, and then embellishments, journaling, title here. So I wanted to show you my interpretations of that sketch so far today. Here are a couple of pages where I worked pretty closely with the sketch. I cut these pictures down smaller, but they're not square as they are on the sketch. They're still a little bit more elongated. I did do the borders on the sides. I did add the 2 banners. Now they've got embellishments here with a title here with other embellishments here. I made my embellishments go in a triangular shape, but not necessarily in the same places. And instead of adding a title here, I added 3 pictures instead of 1 4x6 picture. So I was able to cut these down to make them a little bit smaller. I didn't do journaling here because I had done some journaling on this picture before I had it printed. And I didn't really feel like I needed to say a lot more about this because there are other pictures of this trip that have journaling with them. So that's one interpretation of the sketch. And then I liked that sketch so well, I decided to take some other papers and do the sketch again. Now this time I actually went back and I did the borders across the top. Instead of these side borders, I did borders across the top. And you can see I still kept the 3 pictures in a row here, but I did another 4x6, which I cut down a little bit, and another one here to add 2 pictures. I still kept the banner look across the bottom on both sides. And then again, I added some titling here, here, and here. I did go back and add my journaling here. I had done the journaling on my notes app on my iPhone as we traveled. So all I had to do was print it out as a photo and cut it out, and it was ready to stick on. Let's look at this page. This one I did a couple of pictures. Added a bigger picture here with 2 smaller ones here. You can see it's very different from the sketch, but I was able to get several more pictures on this page. So I really like this interpretation of the sketch. If you're wondering, these papers came from the Building Blocks paper pack, and these stickers with the cute words came from the newest Creative Memory sticker pack. I think it's called Good Eats and Treats or something like that. It just came out, but I thought it was cute. Great company. Didn't necessarily mean the company, but I love chocolate, so I think Hershey's is a great company. Love at First Bite and Sweet Treats. Those all came out of that newest sticker pack from Creative Memories. So I was looking at another page idea that I wanted to do using the same sketch. And I'll show you what I've pulled, and then I'll show you how I would put this one together as a sketch. Now, this is a trip that we took to Pennsylvania, to the Capitol. And as you can see, there is no way I'm going to get these 3 pictures into small little blocks like that. So when I was looking at this sketch, I was wondering how I could change it up. I did find in my scraps some of this gold. It's got little gold dots on it. I cannot remember exactly what this came out of. So I went ahead and laid that down to do my borders. And I'm thinking this time around, I may want to do this page sideways. So let's just cut that sketch apart so we can look at it that way. Now I'm thinking my pictures still lend themselves to being pretty good on this particular side, but I'm thinking on this side I may want to go with something that looks a little more like this. So as I'm looking at this in my mind, I'm thinking this border along the bottom. I'm thinking a bigger photo here. And I'm still trying to keep it clustered in the middle because I did really like that look a lot. But these I can't cut down a whole lot, especially side to side. So I think what I'm going to do is cut them top to bottom. And I'm going to use my personal trimmer to do that. I'm going to cut off this little billboard thing. I don't really love that there, and it kind of takes away to the welcome to Harrisburg. So that gives me a lot more space right there, right off the bat. I wanted to keep that one of the Capital large. And then I'm going to cut off a little of the sky on this. Now I had picked this green background paper. This came from the Croptoberfest, Shades of Croptoberfest paper. And I thought it was pretty. And it kind of picks up the green in the Capitol, some of the greenery in the trees around the Capitol. And you know what I might do? Because that one is just different. I may stick that one right there in the middle. And I did keep our parking pass that I'll put on there if I can. If I can't, that's okay too. This one, I'm going to keep the brochure, and I loved it because it talks about it being one of the most beautiful in the nation, and we did think it was absolutely gorgeous when we toured it. And instead of cutting a picture down for here, I think I'm going to leave this one large and kind of line it up on the scale with that. You know, we could flip too and do something totally different here. But I do like this border down the side, I think. All right, so I've got the green background that pulls the greens in the Capitol dome and the greens that are in the buildings around. But I don't like the way my pictures kind of sink into my page. I feel like there's not enough pizzazz. And something I have discovered is that 9 times out of 10, you can mat with either black or white, and they both make your pictures pop. Now, this I wouldn't want to do black because I think it'll make my pictures look darker. But let's look at white behind these. Look how much a piece of white paper brightens that up. It just makes the picture really pop. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes matting these pictures. I do really like matting multiple pictures on one sheet of paper. It cuts down on a lot of cutting, which is kind of a funny way to say that. But it also gives them a very cohesive look, and I like that. Something else I do fairly frequently, if I have a piece of paper left over and it's not quite big enough for the picture I'm going to be using, I weld those 2 pieces of paper together. And I do that by using the tape runner across the seams. I go back and add the tape in the 4 corners where I would normally add it anyway. I'm covering that seam with my photo. And then I just trim it as usual. Unless you know that I've done that, very rarely can you tell that the paper has been welded. And it's a great way to use that last little bit of a piece that you just love when you don't have enough space on the paper to use anymore. Okay, so I'm liking the look of that. I like the way the white in the pictures, or the white matting the pictures, draws out the white on this. Okay, now as you look at the page idea, the layout sketch, you can see that I've got 1 picture here like they do. I've got 3 here. Of course, mine are sized very differently, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. I've also got the border that's going across the bottom on this side like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that border down. I do want to create a couple of little banners, and I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put those. I may go ahead and put a banner down through there, and I'm going to do that using my bronze shimmer. It's too big to cut on my personal trimmer, so I'm going to cut about a 1 3/4. And I'm 1 3/4 here. I'm using this wonderful 3-in-1 ribbon. This came in one of Creative Memory's secret boxes, and it was so funny when it came out because a friend and I had just been discussing the week before, oh, we wish Creative Memories would come out with we called it a banner cutter because it makes the little banner shape. And the secret box came in, and lo and behold, there was a 3-in-1 ribbon punch that we call the banner maker. And so many of the sketches will have little banners here and there. Now I may only need one of these because I'm just going to tear this and slide it into this picture here. And I think I'm going to add this one here. All right. I'm going to take these things down, and then we will look for some embellishments to see if we can add something else with this. This receipt is great because it gives the date and the time that we were actually at the Capitol, and I love keeping receipts just for that reason. All right, so in just a few minutes, we've done a really quick, easy page layout. We did kind of follow the sketch. I did cut it in half and flip the sketch sideways on this particular side to get these pictures in there. I will be adding some embellishments, and the finished product of this page will be posted at the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the sketches. Creative Memories does a virtual crop every second weekend of the month. There is a virtual crop Facebook page where you go on there and they show the sketches. They show you different things about the sketches, and then people post all of their ideas related to those sketches on there. They're fun to be a part of, and if you need more information about that, contact me and I'll let you know how to get to be a part of that. So until next time, happy scrapping.